question. There's no clear sign that Kenya and Uganda are about to go to war, but there are a few tensions and underlying issues that people might be interpreting as a fight. Here are the main reasons for concern, plus what's actually going on. What's causing the tension? 1. Resource competition and border communities. Along the Kenya-Uganda border, particularly in the Karamoja-Turkana region, there is recurring conflict among pastoralist communities over scarce water and grazing land. RSIS International, climate change is making things harder. Droughts and erratic rain are intensifying competition for resources. Development Aid 2, Mijingo Island Dispute. Mijingo Island in Lake Victoria has long been a flashpoint. It's tiny but very valuable because of the fishing rights, especially for Nile perch. Wikipedia. Recently, though, Kenya and Uganda agreed to issue joint fishing licenses for the island to reduce conflict. Citizen Digital. Even with that deal, some opposition voices in Kenya argue that the agreement undermines Kenya's sovereignty. People Daily 3. Fuel oil import dispute. Uganda is heavily dependent on Kenya's port, Mombasa, for petroleum imports. Nation Africa. There was a row over how Uganda imports its oil, but Kenya later allowed Uganda's national oil firm, UNO, to import through Mombasa. Reuters. At the same time, Uganda is working on reducing this reliance. There's talk of deals with other countries, like the UAE for oil. Kenya Times 4. Political and historical tensions. Some of the border violence is not just about resources, but also weak governance, lack of infrastructure, and marginalization of border communities. Except, there's a long history of mistrust in these border regions. ResearchGate. What's actually happening now? Rather than escalating to war, both countries are signing agreements. In July 2025, Kenya and Uganda signed 8 new MOUs to deepen cooperation on trade, infrastructure, fisheries, mining, and more. The Star. There's a clear push to ease trade barriers. Their trade ministers have agreed to eliminate tariffs and non-tariff barriers, improve border post operations, and decongest key crossings. The Star. On the security front, there are calls for cross-border coordination. For example, to manage the movement of pastoralists, curb small arms proliferation, and set up joint patrols. Kenya News. Why some people might think a fight is coming. Media or social media can blow up disputes, especially over land, fishing rights, or trade, into imminent war, even when what's happening is more diplomatic tension plus negotiation. Localized conflicts in border regions, like among pastoralists, can be very violent, which feeds into perceptions of a broader interstate conflict.